Hello again from Fly Fishing Mythbusters. YouTube's going to time me out because I put too much content out there. And this is going to start out as a very practical and historical video, but it's going to get into a rant real fast. So I've got this little reel. I use it on a 3-weight. It means the line is a 3-weight line. It means it isn't very thick. It isn't very heavy. But here's the end, okay? And so you take the nail nut tool, and I'm going to show you what would go on in a fly shop, right? When you went in, to buy a rod and reel. And so the guy, and I'm the guy behind the counter, right? He's going to take out his little nail nut tool, and he's going to put about, 6 wraps on there. And then he's going to take the tag in and he's going to put it through here. And then he's going to take the tip of your fly line, put it just down inside, not very much. And excuse me, but I always do it that way. And what you're going to see is there is a nail knot on your fly line. Now, you could have to trim an inch off of here, but you can also drag it down if you don't set it too hard, and I set it too hard. And so all you have to do is take the tag off, and then more carefully, you want to bevel, cut this flush, your fly line, and I'm not going to fuss about this. Apparently, I am going to fuss about this. And see, this is the knot that will go through your guides, right? Pretty small. I don't think you can get any smaller. And so for some reason, let me finish this. And so traditionally, right, you take about, 20 inches. And I'm putting 20-pound line on here for my butt. If you put a tapered leader on, that butt might be 30 pounds, and you might get, so that's why I hate tapered leaders. The butt section is the straight section of mono. Typically, it's hard mason, chameleon, little spools, Okay. So you have the privilege of seeing the triple nurse's knot yet again. Loop here, loop here. 1, 2, 3. You got a big loop, you got a little loop, you push the little loop through the big loop, and bang. Now, this is replacing the seriously flawed perfection loop, right? If you follow that video. So now I have this section, right? And now I will attach my official leader here. And here's the thing. I could have just kept putting nail nuts on and putting leaders on, but of course I'm going to start eating into this fly line, but there are guys that do that. Okay, and the reason I still go with the conventional butt section and loop is because I tie up my twisted mono leaders, right? These are my dry fly leaders. Okay, let me get to the rant. There's a guy, owns a fly shop, pretty famous all over YouTube. And he put out videos probably in the last year that says when you buy a fly line and it has a welded loop on it like this, you cut the loop. It's just crazy that there would be a feature that cost you 2 or 3 times more than the old school fly lines, which is what this is. This is like a Hobbs Creek 3-weight. I don't think it's a double taper, but double tapers also let you fish one end of your fly line, and when it got beat up or chewed up, you just turned it over. They got rid of those too. Anyway, he's saying cut the loop. And he's saying cut the loops to be able to do this again. And like I said, that loop cost you big bucks. I'm not a fan of loops, but if I got a loop, right, I'm going to go ahead and live with it. And I've got actually a knot that I can tie to the loop of a fly line, and it's really an improved clinch knot, and you just clip that off, leave this, and you can eat there. You can tie another clinch knot, right? This is where you're eating. Just like I said, there are some guys that like to eat right here. But this guy says cut the loops off. And then I think he's after, controversy. But he has this old codger with him, and the old codger wants to just keep tying nail knots. I don't. I'm kind of old school this way. But it's so disingenuous that he would cause this controversy, because I would bet every fly line he sells, right, has a loop in it. Every one. So I don't know how he worked that out with his suppliers. Pretty strange that he would do that. It's just, I cannot explain it, except there's one thing. So now he kind of backtracks, and he's got this older, guy that's been fishing forever that likes to do this. And it's all about contact. I have contact. I don't have a loop to loop, so I won't ever miss a fish. Man, that is a slippery slope. See you later. Busted a few myths here, but here's the last thing I'm going to tell you. So if you were that guy that saw the shop guy use the nail knot tool and said, oh man, I bet I can use that for other things, and bought it, you never had to go back in the shop and say, oh, this, tie me a new nail knot. Now, there are some guys that claim that, oh, it breaks, the nail knot breaks, and that's just totally ridiculous. The reason the nail knot probably broke for them is they tried to use a real nail to tie it. Get yourself one of these. This is the original one I bought, Tie Fast. I paid $5. It's 10 now, I think, at Bass Pro. But because the patent ran out, you can buy a lot of them for $5. See you later. Ask me a question. Unless, of course, I got everything so detailed for you that you don't need to. Bye-bye.